Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Teri.
Hey music enthusiasts, welcome back to the coolest corner of the airwaves. It's your rhythm chaser and tune traveler Teri, bringing you another dazzling episode of The Music and Me. I hope you're still buzzing from last week's magic carpet ride into the world of Aladdin. Seriously, how amazing was that Broadway version? If you missed it, you've got some catching up to do. Now, buckle up, because today we're diving into a groove-infused journey that's all about celebrating the boss ladies who've turned up the volume in the music industry. We're talking about the trailblazers, the trendsetters, and the fierce females who've carved their names into the melody of history. Get ready to be blown away as we explore the beats, the tales, and the heartbeats behind these sensational women. Before we kick off this sonic adventure, a quick shout out to my loyal listeners. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on your favorite podcast platform. Trust me, you don't want to miss a single note of what's coming your way. And hey, let's keep the music chatter rolling on social media. Follow me for exclusive behind-the-scenes action, updates, and a chance to share your thoughts on the tunes we're vibing to. Your voices matter in this symphony of sound, and I'm dying to hear what you think about the incredible women we're about to throw the spotlight on. So with the beats of Aladdin still dancing in your heads, let's hit play on today's episode. Are you ready to feel the rhythm and uncover the stories behind the music? Let's get into it. So today, we're cranking up the volume on something truly special. The incredible, untold tales of women who rocked, rolled, and ruled the music industry. Now, you might be thinking, why does it matter? It's all about the music, right? Well, hold on to your headphones, because exploring the history of women in the music biz is like uncovering the secret sauce of your favorite playlist. It's the spicy kick in your musical salsa, the extra sprinkle of magic that makes those tunes unforgettable. Picture this, a world where rhythm shows no gender, where the spotlight shines on every fierce diva who dared to break barriers and smash through glass ceilings. The history of women in music is a treasure trove of stories, the kind that make you tap your feet, bob your head, and say, dang, these ladies are the real MVPs. Whether they were slaying it in jazz joints, owning the stage in rock arenas, or dropping beats that shook the hip-hop scene. These women weren't just making music, they were weaving the very fabric of our sonic universe. It's a journey that transcends genres, styles, and stereotypes, and it's high time we give credit where credit is long overdue. So, buckle up, because today's episode isn't just about notes and chords. It's about the badass women who turn the music industry into their playground. It's about breaking free from the norm, shattering expectations, and creating a symphony of empowerment that echoes through generations. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Hit that play button, turn up the volume, and let's get ready to groove through the history of women in the music industry. Because, my friends, the beats may fade, but the stories, they're forever. First up, let's talk about the unsung heroines who orchestrated their way into the history books. Picture this. Jazz joints were bustling, and the blues had the streets talking. Among the music frenzy emerged women like Bessie Smith, the Empress of the Blues, whose voice could stir souls and leave audiences in awe. We're talking about Ma Rainey, the mother of the blues, whose boldness paved the way for generations of powerhouse vocalists. These ladies weren't just singing, they were belting out anthems of resilience and paving the road for what was yet to come. Now, let's get real about the challenges these musical trailblazers faced. In an era where gender norms were as rigid as a drum beat, these women faced a symphony of obstacles. Discrimination, segregation, and the sheer audacity of stepping into a male-dominated stage where hurdles would make even the bravest wince. Yet these pioneers not only faced the music, they conquered it. They shattered stereotypes and showed the world that talent knows no gender. Imagine facing a society that doubted your musical prowess simply because you wore a skirt. Yet these women, armed with nothing but passion and a microphone, pushed through the noise. They wrote, sang, and played their stories into the archives of history. Think of it as the original remix, turning societal challenges into soulful tunes that echoed through the decades. So, as we spin the records of yesteryear, let's salute those early pioneers. They weren't just making music, they were orchestrating a movement that would crescendo into the symphony of empowerment we cherish today. So join me as we tip our hats to the queens of the early 20th century, the architects of a sound revolution that's still rocking our world. Now let's take a moment to bow down to the queens who ruled the early 20th century music scene. These weren't just musicians, they were architects of sound, shaping the very essence of the tunes we love today. Imagine Bessie Smith, the empress of the blues, belting out heart-wrenching melodies that echoed through time. Picture Ma Rainey, the mother of the blues, captivating audiences with a stage presence that was nothing short of revolutionary. And let's not forget Sister Rosetta Tharpe, the godmother of rock and roll, who wielded her guitar like a magic wand, transforming gospel into a force that would shake the foundations of music history. Get ready to groove as we dive into the stories of these early pioneers, the maestras who paved the way for the symphony of empowerment we celebrate today. Picture this. It's the roaring 20s. Jazz clubs are all ablaze, and the air is thick with the sweet, soul-stirring sounds of the blues. Enter Bessie Smith, the undisputed empress of the blues, a force of nature whose voice could rattle the foundations of the Great Depression itself. With a vocal range that could move mountains, Bessie took audiences on a journey through the emotional landscape of joy, pain, and everything in between. She didn't just sing, she painted with her voice, leaving an indelible mark on the history of American music. Now let's turn our attention to Ma Rainey, the undeniable mother of the blues. This woman was a trailblazer before the term was even cool. Ma Rainey burst onto the scene with a stage presence so commanding she made the blues her own, decked out in glittering gowns and belting out tunes that spoke to the heart of the human experience. Ma Rainey wasn't just a singer, she was a cultural phenomenon. Her contributions laid the groundwork for the blues genre, and her unapologetic embrace of her identity paved the way for generations of female artists to come. Fast forward a bit to the 1930s, and we encounter Sister Rosetta Tharpe, the woman who cranked up the volume on gospel and turned it into the electrifying force we now know as rock and roll. Armed with her electric guitar, Sister Rosetta shredded gender norms and societal expectations, becoming the godmother of rock and roll. Her energetic performances and soul-stirring voice inspired legends like Elvis Presley and Chuck Berry. She wasn't just breaking barriers, she was smashing them with a guitar solo that echoed through the ages. These early pioneers weren't just making music, they were crafting a symphony of empowerment, resilience, and unapologetic expression. So let's tip our hats to these musical trailblazers, the maestras who set the stage for the powerful women rocking our playlist today. Welcome to my interesting fact of the week, where we're kicking off with a hip-hop time capsule. This week, I couldn't narrow it down to just one mind-blowing fact, so here's number one. Picture the late 1970s in the Bronx, the vibrant birthplace of hip-hop, where the Mercedes Ladies, an all-female rap group, boldly stepped onto the scene. These trailblazers weren't just performers, they were pioneers, shattering glass ceilings with rhymes and rhythms. From block parties to events, they set the stage ablaze, paving the way for future fierce female MCs. So, hats off to the Mercedes Ladies, the unsung architects of hip-hop herstory. Your first dose of fact-packed awesomeness this week. And now back to our episode. All right, everyone, we're about to slide into the sultry realms of jazz and blues. the heart and soul of music that echo through the smoky speakeasies and vibrant jazz clubs of yesteryear. In this chapter, I'm shining the spotlight on the queens who not only graced the stage, but carved their names into the very essence of jazz and blues. Jazz and blues weren't just genres, they were movements, and the women who stepped into this arena were far more than musicians. They were sonic architects. From setting the stage for improvisation to infusing blues with their soul-stirring voices, these ladies were instrumental in shaping the very essence of jazz and blues. So get ready to meet some of the divas who turned every note into a revolution, challenging the norms and leaving their mark on the musical landscape. First up in our musical time capsule, we find the incomparable Lady Day herself, Billie Holiday, an artist whose voice possessed a magnetic quality, gently wrapping around your heart like a velvet glove. Billie was not just a jazz singer, she was a harbinger of raw emotion and a trailblazer in expressing the depths of human sentiment through her music. Her haunting renditions of Strange Fruit, a poignant commentary on racial injustice and lynching, and God Bless the Child, a soul-stirring reflection on poverty and self-reliance, stand as towering pillars of her artistic legacy. Each note she delivered was a powerful brushstroke on the canvas of societal issues, making her a musical activist of her time. Billie didn't merely sing the blues, she lived them, infusing every lyric with the raw essence of her own experience. Her indelible mark on the genre extends beyond her vocal prowess, transcending into a legacy that continues to inspire and resonate with generations to come, reminding us that music is a vessel for both personal and collective stories. Next on the stage, we got the unparalleled First Lady of Song, Ella Fitzgerald, a true luminary whose impact on the world of music is immeasurable. Renowned for her extraordinary vocal range, Ella Fitzgerald didn't merely sing, she effortlessly glided through the octaves with a finesse that left audiences in awe. A pioneer in jazz scat singing, Ella's ability to improvise and use her voice as an instrument became her signature. Her renditions of classic jazz standards such as Summertime and Someone to Watch Over Me have become timeless treasures, each note a testament to her artistry. Collaborating with legends like Louis Armstrong, Ella painted sonic tapestries that defined an era, turning every performance into a jubilant celebration of musical freedom. In a world where jazz was a playground of innovation, Ella Fitzgerald wasn't just a participant. She was the orchestrator of a melodic revolution that continues to resonate with music lovers across generations. Now, turning our attention to another luminary in the jazz and blues space, we find ourselves in the presence of the legendary Empress of the Blues, Bessie Smith. As we've previously touched upon her remarkable contributions, let's now shine a spotlight on some of her most iconic songs that have etched her name in the history of music. Bessie's rendition of Downhearted Blues not only topped the charts, but also established her as a dominant force in blues, capturing the essence of melancholy and resilience. The soulful strains of St. Louis blues showcased her ability to infuse jazz elements into her blues repertoire, marking a pivotal moment in the evolution of both genres. Bessie's influence extended beyond the recordings. Her live performances, such as the electrifying Gimme a Pigfoot and a Bottle of Beer, demonstrated her unparalleled stage presence and cemented her status as an icon of the Roaring Twenties. As we delve into the smoky, soulful world of jazz and blues, it becomes evident that Bessie Smith, along with her contemporaries, wasn't merely a musician, she was a visionary architect of a revolution in sound, leaving an everlasting impact that resonates through the heartbeat of blues and jazz even today. Howdy, country comrades. Saddle up for a rootin' tootin' ride into this week's sensational fact number 2. We're hitching our wagons to the legendary Patsy Montana, the trailblazing cowgirl who didn't just toe the line, but kicked down the barn doors of country music history back in 1935. Picture this: Patsy lassoing her way to stardom, becoming the first woman to round up a whopping 1 million copies of a single. I Want to Be a Cowboy's Sweetheart wasn't just a hit, it had people two-stepping like there was no tomorrow, crowning Patsy Montana the honky-tonk queen of the charts. Watch the dust settle as she boldly paved the way for future country queens. So, tip your hats, throw on your spurs, and let the tunes of Patsy Montana echo through the canyons of country music lore. Your second dose of twang-filled excitement this week. And now, back to our episode. Hold on tight, rebels, because our rock odyssey is about to kick into high gear. No more dialing it down. We're strapping on our air guitars and diving headfirst into a world where the stage is our battlefield, and the music is the anthem for a rebellion. These ladies didn't just rock the boat, they hijacked it, sailing straight into the heart of the rock revolution. Brace yourselves for an electrifying joyride, where the anthems will rattle your soul. The hair's bigger than a zip code, and these women, well, they're the undeniable queens of distortion and unapologetic rebellion. Now, let's rewind the clock and plunge into the rock and roll heart, where women weren't just bystanders, but the driving force behind the genre's evolution. From garage bands to stadium headliners, these women were more than muses. They were the pioneers, the rule breakers, and the sonic provocateurs demanding their seat at the rock table. Leading our rock revolution charge is none other than the indomitable queen of rock and roll, Joan Jett. Picture this: a leather-clad powerhouse whose attitude is as fierce as her guitar riffs, crashing onto the scene with a declaration that she didn't give a damn about her bad reputation. Joan isn't just an icon, she's the trailblazer who fearlessly carved out a space for women in rock's Hall of Fame. Now, let's turn up the volume and dive into the anthems that made her the reigning queen. I Love Rock and Roll is more than a song. It's a pulsating rallying cry for rebels of all stripes, echoing through generations as a call to arms. Picture the rebel spirit embodied in every strum, and you've got Joan Jett, the living embodiment of rock and roll defiance. Now center stage belongs to the incomparable Janis Joplin, the force of nature loving known as Pearl. Her voice, a sonic tornado, cuts across genres, etching an indelible mark on music lovers' hearts. Imagine a woman not just breaking glass ceilings, but shattering them with every note. Janis wasn't just a singer, she was a musical sorceress, casting spells of liberation and rebellion through her unapologetic approach to both music and life. Now, let's dive into some of the timeless anthems that solidify Janis as the legend she is. Piece of My Heart, a heart-wrenching ballad revealing vulnerability beneath her powerhouse exterior, stands as an anthem for anyone who's felt the sting of unrequited love. Then there's the electrifying Summertime, a soulful rendition transporting audiences to hazy, carefree summer days. And who could forget the gritty, unfiltered intensity of Crybaby, where Janis's voice delves into the depths of the human experience, embodying pain and passion in every haunting note. Janis Joplin wasn't just a singer, she was a maestro of emotion, and her legacy resonates in every raspy note and soul-stirring lyric. And let's not overlook the mesmerizing Stevie Nicks, the enchantress of rock, whose fragile voice and bewitching stage presence have left an indelible mark both with Fleetwood Mac and as a solo artist. Stevie, with her signature twirls and mystical allure, is not just a singer, she's a musical sorceress who's woven her spell on the very fabric of rock. With poetic lyrics that read like enchanting spells, she brought a unique feminine energy to the genre, showcasing that vulnerability could seamlessly coexist with strength in the world of amplified rebellion. Now let's talk about her songs. Rhiannon, a haunting Fleetwood Mac classic, encapsulates Stevie's ability to transport listeners to otherworldly realms through her storytelling. Edge of 17, a solo venture, is a poignant reflection on loss and resilience, resonating with a universal audience. And, of course, who can resist the allure of Landslide, a timeless ballad that speaks to the profound impact of life's journey. Each song is a chapter in Stevie's mystical narrative, a testament to her ability to infuse magic into every note and make the audience believe in the light. Stevie Nicks isn't just an enchantress, she's a beacon of musical transcendence. Her legacy, woven with threads of poetry and amplified rebellion, continues to captivate hearts and souls. Landslide is my favorite song by Stevie Nicks, by the way. All right, now we're diving into a world where beats are not just rhythm, they're revolution. Hip-hop, the pulsating heartbeat of the streets, has met its match in feminism, creating a symphony of empowerment, assertion, and lyrical liberation. Imagine a space where the rhythm isn't just a beat, it's a battlefield of ideas, and the mic is a weapon for change. We're stepping into the intersection of feminine and hip-hop, where lyrical poetry meets societal commentary. From challenging stereotypes to embracing individuality, the ladies of hip-hop are rewriting the rules and breaking through barriers, creating a sonic landscape where empowerment is the anthem. Launching our hip-hop symphony is Queen Latifah, the undisputed monarch of the hip-hop realm. More than a rapper, she's a sonic architect whose verses resonate with unity, empowerment, and unapologetic self-respect. From the 90s to today, Queen Latifah remains a regal force, a testament to her enduring lyrical prowess. Explore her hits like UNITY, a classic promoting unity among women. Ladies First, a groundbreaking collaboration celebrating feminine strength. And Just Another Day, showcasing her versatile blend of hip-hop with R&B. Queen Latifah isn't just a monarch, she's a sage storyteller, weaving narratives of resilience and empowerment into hip-hop's fabric, proving true power transcends beats, echoing through the rhythm of her regal verses. Next up, we have Missy Elliott, a visionary in hip-hop. Her sonic landscape goes beyond music, blending innovation and unapologetic self-expression. Iconic both in style and sound, Missy is a maestro rewriting the rule book in hip-hop. Experience her beats, Get Your Freak On, a groundbreaking blend of hip-hop and Eastern influences, Work It, a timeless masterpiece with infectious hooks, and Lose Control, an electrifying dance floor anthem with visionary production. Missy Elliott isn't just a hip-hop artist, she's a trendsetter and living proof of boundless creativity in the genre. Finally, we have Cardi B, the Bronx bombshell and a powerhouse in contemporary hip-hop. With raw authenticity and unbridled charisma, she's reshaped the genre, proving that being true to oneself can revolutionize the hip-hop landscape. Her hits like Bodak Yellow and I Like It showcase her versatility, while WAP, a collaboration with Megan Thee Stallion, boldly celebrates female desire, leaving an undeniable imprint on pop culture. Cardi B isn't just an artist, she's a cultural phenomenon and a trailblazer, disrupting norms and carving out a space for women in hip-hop. Okay. Now, hold on to your dancing shoes as we embark on the thrilling sonic roller coaster that is pop music, the kaleidoscope of our generation. We've transitioned from girl next door charm to unapologetic powerhouses, with pop divas leading the charge, kicking stereotypes to the curb, and transforming the music industry into a diverse and inclusive playground. But what's the secret sauce behind these iconic pop goddesses? It's not just about technology and media, it's the magic they bring to the mic. These women have become architects of their own destinies, curating narratives on social media, streaming platforms, and music videos connecting directly with fans. The media's lens has broadened, creating space for a more diverse array of voices and talents to shine. In the age of technology, women in pop aren't just performers, they're the enchantresses crafting their own musical journeys. Now, let's dive into the world of these pop goddesses and groove to the beats that define their iconic status. Stepping to the front of our pop parade, we have none other than the reigning Queen Bey, Beyoncé. From the early days with Destiny's Child to her solo supernova status, Beyoncé has not just defined pop music, she sculpted it into a realm where R&B, feminism, and sheer talent collide in a spectacular explosion of sound and style. Anthems like Single Ladies and Formation aren't merely songs, they're seismic cultural phenomena, turning Queen Bey into a music powerhouse and a force to be reckoned with. Beyoncé isn't just a pop star, she's an entire constellation of musical brilliance. Now, in our pop lineup, behold Lady Gaga, the mother monster of pop unconventionality. Picture a fashion trailblazer defying gravity and redefining avant-garde. More than a pop sensation, Lady Gaga is a visual and auditory maestro, seamlessly blending the unconventional with the mainstream. She challenges perceptions, setting new standards for pop royalty. Lady Gaga, a phenomenon and fearless trailblazer, has reshaped pop with her creativity. Explore her hits like Bad Romance, a chart-topping anthem, and Poker Face, an iconic track that became a global sensation. Last, but certainly not least, let's shine the spotlight on the powerhouse that is Lizzo. Armed with her flute, infectious beats, and body-positive anthems, she's making a seismic impact on the pop landscape. Take, for instance, the empowering Good as Hell, a feel-good anthem that resonates with audiences worldwide, and Truth Hurts, a chart-topping hit that became a cultural phenomenon, celebrating self-love and independence. Lizzo's presence is a testament to the belief that confidence, talent, and authenticity are the keys to ruling the mainstream. Her fusion of genres, infectious energy, and unapologetic self-expression make Lizzo a trailblazer in contemporary pop, leaving an indelible mark on the industry. Lizzo isn't just an artist. She's a cultural force, redefining the narrative and setting a new standard for pop excellence. Let's roll cameras for fact number 3. Get ready for a cinematic escapade that'll have you humming along. Enter Rachel Portman, the maestro who orchestrated her way into the history books in 1997. Imagine the Academy Awards, the enchanting Emma soundtrack playing, and bam, Rachel Portman clinches the title of the first woman to snag an Oscar for Best Original Score. Glass score sheet shattered. Since that magical night, Portman's musical wizardry has been echoing through Hollywood's hallowed halls, establishing her as a revered composer in the film industry. So, cue the applause for Rachel Portman, the trailblazing symphonist whose notes continue to score cinematic brilliance. Your third act of riveting revelations this week. And now back to our episode. Now, get ready to crank up the volume as we dive into the soundscape of the now, where beats are fresher than a minty breeze and lyrics are bolder than a neon sign. The leading ladies of contemporary music are turning the dial to 11, showcasing fierce females causing not just waves, but full-blown sonic tsunamis. From indie gems sparking like hidden treasures to mainstream chart toppers hitting harder than a sonic boom. These voices are the pulse, the heartbeat, and the sassy rhythm of today's music scene. Whether crafting rebellious indie anthems or dominating global playlists like world touring queens, these women are making waves with talent, originality, and an unapologetic presence as loud as their beats. So let's learn a little bit about a few of these leading ladies. First on our contemporary playlist is the enigmatic virtuoso H.E.R. Prepare to be mesmerized by her soulful voice, genre-defying sound, and captivating stage presence that collectively make her a powerhouse in R&B and soul. H.E.R.'s magic lies in her exceptional talent to seamlessly blend vulnerability and strength in her music, creating a sonic journey that resonates with audiences worldwide. Among her chart-topping hits, Focus stands out as a soul-stirring anthem that showcases her emotive vocals and lyrical prowess. The hauntingly beautiful Best Part, a collaboration with Daniel Caesar, further demonstrates her ability to craft timeless love ballads. And who can forget Damage, a sultry track that highlights her versatility and mastery of contemporary R&B. With each note, H.E.R. proves that her musical artistry transcends boundaries, leaving an indelible mark on the landscape of modern R&B and soul. Next up, on our journey is the one and only pop princess Dua Lipa. Brace yourself for the sonic adventure that unfolds with chart-topping hits like Don't Start Now, a disco-infused anthem that took the airwaves by storm, and Levitating, a magnetic track that effortlessly blends pop and dance elements. Dua Lipa isn't just a music sensation, she's a style icon and a fervent advocate for female empowerment. Her infectious beats, combined with undeniable charisma, position her as a formidable force in the contemporary pop scene. Beyond the glittering stage, Dua Lipa's impact extends into the realms of fashion and empowerment, solidifying her status as a multifaceted artist who not only dominates the charts but also influences culture. I know I've mentioned this before, but I love to dance to Dua Lipa. She's one of my favorite artists to dance to, and she's in a lot of my workout videos. My favorite song to dance to is Dance the Night. Concluding our contemporary showcase is none other than the hot girl captain herself, Megan Thee Stallion. Megan isn't just a rapper, she's a cultural phenomenon, rewriting the rules of hip-hop and leaving an indelible mark on the contemporary rap landscape. Her hits like Hot Girl Summer and Savage have become anthems of empowerment, showcasing her ability to blend infectious beats with impactful messaging. Now let's spotlight the achievements and victories of some women artists who've not only faced adversity, but have soared above it. From Grammy-winning performances to groundbreaking collaborations, the women in music have been rewriting the script, breaking records, and shattering glass ceilings. It's time to celebrate the victories, big and small, that have paved the way for a more inclusive and empowering musical landscape. So let me tell you a little bit about a few of these women. Embarking on our list of triumphant tales, we begin with the incomparable Adele. Her journey is a testament to resilience and raw talent that conquered early skepticism about her appearance, paving the way for a remarkable ascent to superstardom. Adele's vocal prowess and emotive storytelling have become synonymous with the soul-stirring music that transcends genres. Among her many accolades, multiple Grammy Awards adorn her shelf, a testament to the indelible impact she has made on the music industry. Adele is not just a singer. She's a force that defies conventional expectations, proving that true talent has the power to break through any barrier. Let's take a stroll through her discography, where hits like Rolling in the Deep showcase her ability to deliver emotionally charged performances, while Someone Like You stands as a timeless ballad that resonates with audiences around the world. Adele's record-breaking album sales further solidify her status as a musical icon. It's clear that her triumphant tale continues to inspire and captivate audiences globally. Moving on, we shine the spotlight on the resilient Taylor Swift, who, among industry challenges, has transformed into a powerhouse songwriter and entrepreneur. Taylor's journey is a testament to her unwavering commitment to artistic expression. She hasn't merely conquered country and pop, she's taken control of her narrative, asserting her artistic freedom in a way that has redefined the music industry landscape. Among her many chart-topping albums, Fearless marked a pivotal moment in her career, earning her critical acclaim and widespread recognition. Taylor's fearless reinventions, exemplified by albums like 1989 and Folklore, showcase her ability to evolve while staying true to her artistic vision. Beyond the music, Taylor Swift has also become a business mogul, with ventures like her re-recorded masters and the re-release of albums under her own terms. Her impact is not just musical, it's a beacon of triumph in an ever-evolving industry. In the wild world of music, women have faced some serious hurdles. Think gender bias and scarce opportunities. But guess what? These fierce ladies didn't back down. They carved out their own spaces like rock stars. Take Beyoncé and Taylor Swift, for example. Not just amazing artists, but champions of equality. Then there's Adele, powerhouse vocals breaking records and busting body image stereotypes. Back in the day, it was even crazier. Women were mostly confined to singing, with little chance in composition or leadership. But hold up, Ethel Smith, the composer extraordinaire, flipped the script in the 1920s. Jazz queen Mary Lou Williams defied expectations, leading her own orchestra when dudes ruled the stage. And let's not forget the OGs like Bessie Smith and Maybelle Carter. Talk about paving the way. They set the stage for future rock stars, proving that women in the early 20th century were the real deal. Fast forward, and Billie Eilish is tearing down norms, making music a powerhouse of empowerment. The beat goes on, proving the enduring spirit of women in music. Keep the party rockin', ladies. And there you have it, fellow music explorers, from soul-stirring tunes of the jazz joints to the rebellious anthems of rock and roll, from the intersection of feminism and hip-hop to the enchanting melodies of pop, and finally, the contemporary sounds that echo the spirit of today. We've journeyed through the rich tapestry of women in music. As we conclude this symphony of stories, let's raise a toast to the unsung heroes, the trailblazers, and the queens who orchestrated their way into the history books. They weren't just musicians, they were architects of sound, shaping the very essence of the tunes we love today. From Bessie Smith's soulful blues to Joan Jett's defiant rock, from Queen Latifah's empowering hip-hop to Beyoncé's groundbreaking pop, the legacy of these women echoes through the ages. And as we celebrate the victories of Adele and Taylor Swift, let's remember that the journey is ongoing, with new voices like H.E.R, Dua Lipa, and Megan Thee Stallion carrying the torch forward. So, my friends, let the beats fade, but may the stories of these incredible women echo forever. As we continue to groove through the history of women in the music industry, remember, the rhythm shows no gender, and the symphony of empowerment is a melody that transcends time. Until next time, keep chasing those rhythms, and may the music in you always play on. Peace out, everybody.
This has been the Music in Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.